This week, we're going to cover some common investor concerns about what happens and who's watching your portfolio while you're away. So, had questions like the ones we're going to cover today come up countless times. As fate would have it, as I was thinking about what I was going to talk about this week, reflected back on some meetings, both with clients as well as some prospective clients this week, where again, these same types of questions come up. I think we've covered them incidentally in the past. Really wanted to drive through how we address some of these common client concerns in a way that is, again, different than a lot of other places in the industry. The three questions are, number one, how do you monitor the holdings that you have within portfolios? Two, how do you watch my account as a client? And three, how do I not get left behind? So as to how we monitor holdings, one of the biggest things, and we'll touch on this more here in the next week or two, is that we're really big on putting our time and attention to asset allocation. There's so many different things that we need to hold on behalf of our various clients in terms of different stocks, bonds, market neutral, real estate, that then trying to get into individual security selection is just too much. So we stay focused on where we're at and put our time into, again, uncovering as many solutions as we can. Think of them as Lego blocks. We want to find as many unique pieces that'll help us build exactly what our clients want us to find. And so that's number one, where we spend a lot of our time, particularly Ryan in the office, is talking to different people, seeking things out, scanning the universe to find gems, not just under some guise of performance, but that meet specific solutions. Then we hold regular calls, whether the managements or the management teams, to make sure those blocks are still solid, if you will, and they're going to work well on behalf of our clients. And one of the common questions around monitoring is, what about benchmarking? How do you think about benchmarking? Well, you know, we're not trying to run a mutual fund here. Our benchmark is solutions. What are we trying to do with this position? For example, for those of you who are clients, you know, one of the favorite positions we have in our high income series is an S&P-like strategy that performs similar to the S&P, but with a lot less volatility and a lot more income. So its benchmark is not trying to outperform the S&P for us, but to be like it with those other two characteristics. If those ever started to fail, that's where we would really start to have some benchmarking concerns. So to sum that all up, by maintaining, you know, a relatively broad but still small subset relative to all the investment options out there, we're able to keep a close eye on all the unique blocks we need to build the portfolios that our clients desire without losing track of things. Number two is, how do you watch my account? So I had some dear clients in here recently, and they said, you know, we've never asked you this. How do you watch our account? And I said, well, or how often do you look in on it? I'm like, well, you know, in effect, we're looking at it every day. And they're like, that's impossible. You have over 1,000 clients. Like, how could you look at every client account? I was like, well, I don't log into your specific portfolio, but how we do this is through our methodology. One of the things I saw, again, firms past, people I would talk to, is how easily it was to lose track of things. They would sell whatever was kind of the flavor of the month to their clients, but then that would rotate. And pretty soon you had, again, thousands and thousands of holdings, leading back to that first things, that were impossible to monitor, like we touched on in point number one. When you do, we'll cut down here, when you think again, go back to Lego blocks, maybe that's one fund or ETF, and then you put a collection of those together to build what we would refer to as a sleeve. Maybe this is a bond sleeve, and then those bond sleeves go into other portfolios that have stocks and real estate that are multiple sleeves put together. Now we're able to, again, monitor those individual positions, use the different sleeves that have very specific aims to them, and you put them all together into different strategies. And what this enables us to do, again, is bring together the ability to customize by using different permutations and different percentages of either the holdings or the sleeves to build an array of strategies without losing track of what we have. To bring this together, the solution here is, because every single one of our clients has either a block or a sleeve helping put together their strategy, we're able to continuously monitor, in effect, every day, all the different client accounts without, again, of course, doing the impossible, which is to log into thousands of different accounts on a daily basis. Furthermore, it allows our team to be very knowledgeable. Because they know the individual blocks in the sleeves, they can quickly look at the different strategy that's been put together and be able to speak to it eloquently, help answer client questions or concerns that may arise. And as I mentioned before, it also enables us to create a high degree of customization. Point number 3 is, how do I not get left behind? Particularly if I'm not a big account. So this is a common thing that comes up. Number 1, we don't take on clients we're not fully committed to, and we ask clients to be fully committed to us. But nonetheless, yes, there are different sizes of clients here at 10 Capital, and we want them all to have a same type of experience. Of course, certain clients are going to have different needs. A larger account might have more sleeves to create its strategy, but at the same time, we want everyone treated equally. But when we're thinking about things on an individual position or sleeve level, what this approach does in helping us with our clients, again, is make sure that if we suddenly don't like this block anymore, the manager's left, it's no longer meeting the criteria we want, we can pop that block out with our technology from every single client account that holds that position. If it's maybe just a sleeve that we're not happy with or that we're going to make a change to, we can again make a change to that sleeve and have it ripple through all the client accounts at the same time, regardless of the account size, if this is something they hold. That way, whether you're Mr. Multi-million dollar account or you're someone who has a piece of one of these sleeves in a smaller account, you're treated the same way. You're able to rest assured that you're not going to get left behind. Again, the common question that comes up in this is, we'll hear the stories about the stale position that get left behind. The broker's going through his call list. He never gets to you because you're the small account. He forgets to look in on that account. Happens all the time. They lose track of all the different positions they have, and suddenly things usually fall to the client's detriment with little to no oversight. This type of methodology helps assure those types of things don't occur. So to bring this all together, this is both simple and complex, but by putting our thought into this, we ensure the following. Number 1, you're always going to get our best thoughts at any moment in time. And number 2, our clients are always going to get our best possible experience and service, being treated equally, regardless of whether you're one of our biggest clients or one of our newest. With that, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week.